You are arguably best known for your role in Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior.
Yes.
Okay, did you have any idea when you were making it that it was going to turn into the cult phenomenon that it is?
No, you never do. When you're in the middle of working on something, unless you're doing a sequel of something like The Avengers or X-Men, then you have a pretty good idea that it's going to be huge. Well, you hope anyway. Yeah. But when you're doing a first off show like Mad Max, although there had been a Mad Max prior to that, it was a little bit different from Road Warrior.
Yeah.
So no, the short answer is no, of course, you have no idea. It could just disappear in the mix, or it could be a little bit popular in Australia, but who knew that it was going to be worldwide smash cult hit indie movie, one of the most famous indie movies on the planet. And still to this day, 35 years later, it's just as powerful, if not more. Yeah, no, we have no idea.
Okay. Asked the same question of Vernon Wells, but did George Miller let you keep your costume afterwards?
Oh, God, no, you never do.
Oh, okay.
Did he steal his?
Yes, he stole his.
Seriously?
Yes.
He wouldn't have been given it.
No, he said he stole it, and then his brother stole it from him.
Oh. Well, no. Everyone thinks that, because I suppose people are used to doing amateur dramatics, where it's a little bit different, and you usually bring your own props.
Yes.
And your own costumes, or your cousin makes your costume, or something like that. So you keep it. But in the professional film and TV, you cannot walk away with any props or any costuming, because, do I have a bug?
Yeah.
There's a bug saying hello to me.
Yes.
Because they have to keep it in case they need to reshoot something, in case there's going to be a sequel, in case they need it for, it's history.
Yes.
So you are never, ever, 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 never under any circumstance ever allowed to take any piece. The only way that actors have pieces of their costume is because they've pitched them.
Okay.
Yeah. Occasionally the props man will give you a replica. If they have a lot of copies of something, they might give you a little replica just to say thank you. But usually no. And I tend to be I'm not saying Vernon is not honest.
Yeah.
He was just naughty.
Yeah.
But for me, I was raised absolutely a Catholic. And now I'm a recovering Catholic, I guess you might say. I'm more spiritual now than rigid religious. So I wouldn't be able to bring myself to steal anything.
Okay.
At all, ever.
All right. With the success of Fury Road, has brought an increased focus on the practical effects and stunt work over the CGI. What makes you think audiences prefer that over the green screens?
Do they?
Well, according to the latest hype.
But when was the green screen used? We didn't use green screen.
No, I'm saying when it's been green screen for decades, especially with the Star Wars prequels being highly criticized for it.
I don't think it's a prefer. I just think it's an organic progression. I just think it's, we didn't have anything except green screen before.
Yeah.
And now we have these digital effects, and it's just the next morph into progress.
Okay.
To just use green screen. Films still use green screen, believe me.
Yes.
But it's more sophisticated kind of green screen than it was with Star Wars.
Yeah.
But I think the two are used as powerfully as each other in this day and age. But it's kind of cool, Fury Road, Mad Max Fury Road had a lot of special effects in it. But look at Mad Max 2, the one that I was in, had none. No special effects. Everything was real and organic. But I think George Miller really honoured Mad Max 2 when he made Fury Road, and the special effects are sort of seamless. They're not only done in Fury Road. I think they're beautifully done, and they add to the excitement of the film. So, but as far as your question is concerned, I think there's no preference. I think each are used to the best that they can be. I guess.
George Miller likes to use actors in different roles in the same film series. He used Bruce Spence and Hugh Keen's Burn as entirely different characters in two different movies. Is there any chance that you might come back for another Road Warrior or a Road Warrior series?
That's a kind of interesting question, but you've got to remember there's a difference between a support character and who's male, and a lead character who's female, or even a support character who's female. There's a different dynamic about a female. It's harder to and turn her into another character without the whole cinema going, oh my God, look who that is.
Yeah.
The whole audience would be taken away from the action and they'd all be talking amongst themselves going, oh God, guess who that is? Hey, look, that's the warrior woman lady.
Yeah.
That was the one that fell off the truck and had something to do with Mad Max himself. It would be incredibly distracting. Whereas if it's a man, I think it can be done more seamlessly. Even if it's a man but you can't just take a lead role person who's instrumental in the success of a movie and take them, the lead role, and then put them in somewhere else. It's going to ruin the story.
Okay.
Because the whole focus will be on that person. You can't do it. Whereas with Bruce and Hugh, they played really fantastic roles, support roles. And they're men. It's easier, I think, to slot men in. There's a different kind of an energy. But people tend. I'm not saying that the audiences don't notice men. They do. But when I was young, I guess I was a bit cute. Sort of pretty-ish. So you can't put. Even though I would be old, I'm older now. I'm still incredibly recognizable. He would have to put a bag over my head.
Yeah.
The only way to put me back in would be to make me completely unrecognizable.
Oh.
And he hasn't asked me, but if he did, I'd say yes.
Okay. How much of your scenes in The Road Warrior were stunt work, and how much of it was you?
It was all me, except for the bit where I fell off once I was dying, I was upside down.
Yeah.
And I fell off and got run over by the truck. That was a mannequin.
Okay. All right. In Farscape, they required you to shave your head to play Zahn.
Yes. Zan.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
Was there any hesitation in taking the part because of the required?
Well, they didn't. The casting people were very, very clever. They didn't tell me that I had to be blue, and they didn't tell me that I had to shave off my eyebrows, and didn't tell me that I had to shave my head, because they knew immediately that I would say no, absolutely not. They allowed me to. They auditioned me, and they knew the casting people knew me very, very well, and they knew that I would fall head over heels in love with the character, and then would say, I'm not really happy about this, but well, if you got to do it, then okay. I'm not happy, but okay. Whereas if they told me up front, I wouldn't have even gone for it. Okay. So they actually didn't tell me. They were very clever with it. It wasn't something that I did easily. But in the end, I justified it because I was already in love with the character, and I justified it just as for me personally. So this is cool for you to listen to. Yeah. I've got friends here listening, waiting to see me. So I think the way I justified it so that I wouldn't go crazy was to see it as, because Sam was a priest as well as a healer and all of that. So I saw it as almost she was going through a Buddhist initiation. Okay. And so when you're a Buddhist and you're initiated into the Buddhist religion, you have to, if you're a female and a male, you have to release any worldly ego. That means cutting off anything that's pretty attractive and anything related to ego, sex, self-absorption, you release it all. So that was the only way that I could be without eyebrows and without hair and justify it for years. It's different if it's a role for a couple of days.
Yes.
But for years, you've got to really get yourself into the right space. And I don't want you to go crazy. If you look at yourself every day and you're mutilated as a human, not with the makeup on, it's beautiful, but I mean when the makeup comes off, I'm mutilated. Yeah. So I had to, set my sights on. Okay, it's like being a Buddhist priest being initiated into priesthood, and that's the only way that I could do it. And it's actually helped with the character. It helped me get into the character.
Is there any chance you'll be returning as a cameo in the next Farscape movie, as a flashback maybe?
I already did, but in the
one that's being made.
Episode 4, there isn't one being made.
Oh, there is not? Okay.
But good try.
Oh, okay.
No, it leaked out 2 years ago that there was a script.
Okay.
Somebody accidentally said something. And there was a script. And Brian Henson agreed, yes, there is a script. Rocky O'Bannon agreed, yes, there is a script. Ricky Manning, who's one of the producers, also said, yes, there is a script. Gigi Edgley actually saw the script, but that's as far going to replicate what we've already seen, and Farscape's going to take a truckload of money, and now even more money than before. And it was already horrendously expensive. You know, Brian Henson put a lot of money into Farscape because that was his showroom. It was designed to be his showroom. You know, if it was designed just to make money on TV like any other show, for example, Andromeda, it would have had less production value. It still would have looked fabulous.
Yeah.
Andromeda was amazing, but it made a profit. So Farscape didn't make much profit because all of the money went into the production value and the shows. So that was then. For now, all these years later, it's going to cost at least 3 times more. So I should imagine that the investors would have to be pretty hefty, serious investors, and I should imagine that takes quite some time. I'm only guessing, I don't know. But yeah, they keep saying that, you know, yes, it's going to happen one day, but there's nothing right now.
Okay. Do you have any upcoming productions?
I've got lots of upcoming productions.
Okay.
It's so funny that is this helpful or interesting to you?
Yes, it is.
Yeah. I've got friends here waiting. Well, you've got to go. I know, we've got to go too.
We gotta go.
Yeah, while I'm signing, I'm going to answer. Is that okay?
Sure, that's fine. That's fine.
Because I'm here working.
I only have one more
It's
question.
a labour of love. But
Yeah,
what's
no.
your name now?
Debbie. D-E-B-B-I-E.
D-E-B-B-I-E. Yes, I've got. It's so funny because many years ago, after Farscape, I stepped away. And it's really cool to step away when you're at the top rather than wait until you hit the bottom. So I stepped away at the top. And I stepped away when I was 50. And because the industry was not conducive to older women, you know, the roles were not really out there for older women. It was very, you know, this was a while back in 2002.
Yeah.
So there were very few roles. It was before Sex and the City, before Desperate Housewives. There were no roles, very few roles for all women. So I decided to wait until things changed. Now is the perfect time to get back in. And funnily enough, as soon as I made the decision to, now that I'm older and my age is showing, I decided to step in. And all of these offers, I've got films coming out of my pores. I've got so much to do. I've got, just very quickly, I've got Dark Ascension coming up in September. I've got I Play a Demon. And Devil's Dandruff, which is really going to be one to look for. It's an English indie. And I play the mother of a drug addict. So I won't look like... Now that I'm older, I'm playing character roles.
Yeah.
And then there's another mother role. There's a series. There's a sci-fi series. There's a sci-fi film. And... and a film that may go into a series which is about a retired spy.
Okay.
So, yeah, I've got lots and lots and lots.
Well, thank you for your time.
Oh,